Hello viewers and subscribers, welcome back to my channel Authentic Views, where I strive for less perfection but more authenticity. Now this video should be a relatively short one because we'll be doing a recap of day 6 of the FIFA 2022 World Cup, where we saw 4 games being played today. Wales went up against Iran, Qatar versus Senegal, Holland versus Ecuador, and England went up against USA. So I also want to dub day 6 the spirited day 6, because even for some games that were lacking in quality, they were spirited performances from most teams and throughout most of the games. Now the first game on display would have been the Wales versus Iran. This was one of the games that quality wasn't the best, poor football basically all round. However, the Irani team put on a spirited performance, I would say, with little to play for in terms of advancing. I guess they played with some amount of freedom, so they pressed the Welsh team all over the park. They had a few half chances here and there, but nothing clear cut. Now in the second half of the game, they got a break when the Welsh keeper, Wayne Hennessy, saw red for a reckless foul and stopping a clear and obvious goal scoring opportunity. Now with this numeric advantage in the added time of the game, the Irani striker scored a beautiful goal from about 20 yards out. Keeper had no chance there, and about, I would say, 40 seconds thereafter, they sealed the victory with a nicely taken goal as well that saw them won comfortably 2-0 on the day. Now the second game of the day saw the host Qatar going up against Senegal team. Now for this particular game, again I saw spirited performance from the Qatari team, again with little to play for, or basically nothing to play for. They came out running, even though they didn't really control the game. Senegal had majority of the possession. Now the Qatar team, our strikers, did force Mendy, the Senegal keeper, into, I would say, probably 2 or 3 world-class saves. Now he had to come up with some top saves there, Benjamin Mendy. Eventually Senegal, they took the lead, went up 2 goals to 0. However, Qatari striker Muntari headed home a bullet of a header from about 10 yards. Mendy had no chance in saving that. However, Senegal dominated thereafter and scored a 3rd goal to seal that victory. Now, third game of the day saw the Netherlands going up against Ecuador, top of the table clash basically. Now, for this tournament, at least thus far, I'll refer to this version of the Netherlands team as the shadow team, because the top players for this Netherlands team, and probably the team itself, they are a shadow of themselves. Van Dijk, he looks pretty average. Frankie de Jong, he seems to be in training mode, and not in a good way, as if he's moving without purpose. Memphis Depay, I don't know if it's because he's coming off an injury, but he doesn't look a part of the team. It's almost like he's basically going through the motion. Now, only their young star, Cody Gakpo and Nathan Ake, can actually hold their heads high coming out of this game, because they were the 2 brightest players for the Dutch team. Obviously, Cody Gakpo, continuing to be the shining light for the team, scored a wonderful goal off the left side there. Very, very good strike from young Cody Gakpo. And like I said, Ake, he played fairly well. And Ecuador team, they basically dominated majority of this game. They pressed the Dutch team into errors. They didn't allow the Dutch team to dictate the tempo of the game. And again, Enner Valencia leading from the front, he was there and thereabout in terms of creating havoc for the Dutch defense. Pulled out a couple saves from the Dutch keeper. Eventually, he was there to tap in a rebound. A poacher's instinct, I would say, which is always a good trait of a good striker. Nonetheless, game ended in a 1-1 draw, but it was a very, very good display from the Ecuador team. I see both these teams going through to the next round. Now, for the most anticipated game of the day, we saw England going up against the US team. Now, this was another game where I saw a spirited performance being displayed. The USA team did not allow this English team to dictate or dominate this game. Christian Pulisic, Tim Weah, all of these attacking players, midfielders for the US team, they strangled the English team, the English defense, English midfield. At some point, England kind of tipped the balance a little bit in their favor in terms of possession. However, the US team, I believe, just got the better of them in almost all departments. Obviously, there was no goal in this game, but it was very, very exciting. End to end, Pulisic hitting the crossbar, and I think Harry Kane getting a very clear header in about minute 88 thereabout, putting it wide. So it was end to end somewhat, but it was not dull, it was not boring. Quality of football was okay, it wasn't the best, but because of how well the US team pressed the English team and did not allow them to dictate the game, I was impressed with the overall gameplay. I must say though, it felt as if, or seemed as if, the shackles were back on for the English team, because they didn't play that dynamic type of football. Young Bellingham struggled somewhat, young Saka struggled somewhat, and quickly you could see Southgate reverting to his old ways of being defensive, putting on Jordan Henderson, which I didn't see much sense in that when he had some attacking talent on the bench. But I guess this is in his DNA, I would say. So it shouldn't be surprising that much. All in all, it was a good day for football. I believe today would have marked the best day overall for the World Cup in terms of energy, performance from all the teams. Now, hopefully this continues for the duration of this World Cup. Now guys, thank you for watching. Click the like button, share this video, leave a comment if you have any comments, hit the notification bell, and I will see you for the next game. I'm out.